Muy buena gente, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo de Edo y hoy estamos con Genshin Impact. No tengo nada más que decir, pues continuemos. Ok, pues creo que es el momento de empezar con la historia. Bueno, continuar. Vamos allá, vale, por aquí. No veo nada. Vaya, me confundí de botoncillo. Me he confundido. Nada. No me digas que tengo que hacer eso, ¿no? A ver que me dice el mapa. Se supone que estoy prácticamente en la zona.
Please stay indoors until the storm passes.
¿No he llegado? Sí. Está muy alto. Así que eso es el lugar a donde teníamos que ir. ¿Y ahora te diste cuenta?
Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do. Let's look around. There has to be a way up there nearby.
Vale, ahí. Pero antes vamos a observar un poco la zona. ¿Eso a dónde irá? Esa cosa. No.
Steady as stone. Dusty. Best give it a spring cleaning.
¿Dónde se metió? No se metió. Bueno, da igual. Ahí está esto. ¡Qué capullo! Tal vez es el camino de la cámara de Jade. Tal vez estéis a la cámara de Jade. Parece una especie de trampa. Venga, el primero. No estoy porque me ha atacado el enemigo. ¡Oh, tío! Lo que me ha quitado, el capullo de mierda. Lo que me ha quitado el capullo. Se ha pasado muy. Yo prefiero no llamar la atención y así evitamos estos problemas que lo que vi antes. En que volvamos a Liyue y preguntemos a la jornada. No debería haber ningún secreto para subir. Del horario.
Hang on a moment. Look down there. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong ballista. Paimon has a new idea. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista?
No, gracias. Aún quiero vivir. Paimon, ¿tanto me odias?
No. Paimon may have just forgotten to think about the safety measures.
Recuerdo que la balista tenía un catalejo.
Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
Abramos este cofre.
A reward on the road.
¿Y los objetos? No me lo da. Madre mía. La faltaría que hubiese caído ahora, pero bueno. ¡Qué pesado! ¿Qué he hecho yo para recibir esto? Ya hemos llegado.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Solo venimos de paso. ¿Territorio sagrado? Son solo las afueras de la cordillera Tianjin.
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait. Maybe this was Ninguang's plan all along. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a millilith ambush here to arrest us.
No creo que sea eso. No les hemos explicado que fuimos invitados.
Now Paimon's mad. You, over there. This is a trick, isn't it? How shameless.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come. Line them up and knock them down.
Ah, lo tengo que matar yo. ¡Hala!
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Coaching, these two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
Solo estaba buscando cómo llegar a la cámara de Jade.
You want to go to the Jade Chamber?
We're invited guests here to look for the EdoUchiha. Who are you?
Well, as it happens, I am one of the EdoUchiha.
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Chising. I know of you, traveler. You're Ninguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere either.
The Guizhong ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that occurrence. These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
No piensas mucho, ¿cierto, Paimon?
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Chising.
That was...
Shh, no compliquemos las cosas, Paimon. Solo fue un ajuste por aquí, otro ajuste por allá.
Eh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianchen invited us to go to the Jade Chamber?
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ninguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ninguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up. I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who doesn't respect the gods or the Adepti.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Chising? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ninguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly. How surprisingly civilized of them.
Entonces, ¿existe la posibilidad de hablar cordialmente con ellos? ¿Ninguang también querrá negociar con ellos? El primero.
Well, for Ninguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the EdoUchiha don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Another super bold statement.
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. but you're a good listener, traveler. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ninguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor.
Favor?
Paimon, eso no es lo más importante. Paimon, estamos hablando en serio.
But... Wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything, just to respect Liyue's culture.
Qué entusiasmada.
Alright. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to get to the Jade Chamber first. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Find a guide at the Yuehai Pavilion, and... well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
Yo también tengo una buena impresión de ella. Estoy de acuerdo con lo que dice. Venga.
So, what should we give to Ninguang when we see her?
¿Otra vez de vuelta al obsequio?
Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar-frosted slime! Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ninguang. Why don't we go with that for a gift?
¿Tienes la receta? ¿Y cómo hacemos esa cosa que enseñaste?
With a certain boom shakalaka, of course. Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches.
Hacía tiempo que no escuchaba Boom Shakalaka. Hemos llegado.
Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasures...
Aw, it was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
I understand. Don't worry. I will compensate you.
De verdad, no hace falta.
Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because of you. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer, of course.
Tus buenas intenciones son suficientes.
Wait a moment. Actually, we are looking for something.
Oh? And what might that be?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use to store snacks.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrapping service in the 7 nations. Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss know. You can go...
Great! Paimon's sugar-frosted slime now comes in a beautiful package.
A ver, mapa.
Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Thank you both for saving him. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. If anything were to happen to him, it would be impossible for us to continue doing business. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's already been cleaned. Will it do?
Yep. It's great. Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure. Please help yourselves. As long as...
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack. It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over with a bit more powdered sugar.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful!
Por alguna razón no tengo la conciencia tranquila.
Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ninguang.
Bueno, al menos tengo que ir cerca. Por aquí.
Where has Master gone this time? I can't wait to see my adorable daughter.
Bueno, por aquí no puedo. Pues vamos por aquí, no pasa nada.
Locomotion on land.
Ahí es.
According to Kuching, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ninguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ninguang! Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Oh no, it's nothing.
La cámara Jade es magnífica. Es la primera vez que vengo a un lugar tan alto.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
Qué ambiciosa es el equilibrio celestial.
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait! Was Vergoldet one of your people?
Just Vergoldet? No. Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
Hace poco me encontré con el equilibrio terrenal.
At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
Kachin dijo que las 7 estrellas no le desean el mal a Rex Lapis.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
Vamos. Terminamos aquí el capítulo. Y bueno, gente, esto es todo por hoy. Si os ha gustado, darle like, comentar lo que os ha parecido, compartirlo y suscribiros. Dejaré mis redes sociales en la descripción. Y bueno, no tengo nada más que decir, pues hasta el siguiente vídeo. Chao.